got the dough, got the dream, and got it made. So that is a great passion, and it's really wonderful to get there. When you do things also like The Libertine, which is another great passion of mine, there has to be some sort of balance, you know. I mean, and you also have to be able to take a swat back at Hollywood. You must, you know. You must sort of keep, when they accept you, you got to sort of say, no, 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 I must infiltrate the enemy camp. I must dive into something, you know, deeper than what you've got.
Our monitor is giving us a question. I'm going to go over to this, but I have to ask you one last thing about those earlier days, since What's Eating Gilbert Grape was actually shot here in Austin.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's a film that's held up remarkably well. What's different about Austin between then and now?
I actually don't recognize it anymore, you know. It was such a long time ago. That was 91 or 2, something like that. Yeah, Austin has most definitely grown up, you know. When you go around 6th Street, you go, oh yeah, okay. I have some semblance of memory of this. But yeah, when you get around the outskirts, it's really grown up, you know. It's become a kind of, it's really spread out. But I had a great experience here and fell in love with this place all those years ago, and made great friends, you know, from you know, Gibby Haynes and the Butthole Surfers to Bill Carter and his wife Ruth, and I've always loved this joint.
So, are we starting with questions in the room, or are we going overseas here?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
We're going to Nigeria.
She's going to ask this question on the left here.
Since you're about as close to Hunter S. Thompson as I can get, I was just curious. You've been quoted saying that you have to put a little bit of yourself into your work, otherwise it's like lying.
Yeah.
How would you think he would respond to objectivity in journalism? Is there more merit in putting yourself interjecting, doing the gonzo journalism, or should you really still try to do the balanced view? Because that's a problem I've been having in writing.
I think Hunter found, my opinion, I mean, I'm kind of speaking out of turn in a sense, because Hunter should really answer that, but I mean, he was someone that I knew very well and I worshipped, and we had a great friendship. I think Hunter, because he, you know, from the outside you could look at it and say, he's raging against everything because he hates it. The situation was that he was so hypersensitive that he cared very deeply. He cared very much. And that was sort of what drove him, and that's what created that rage. And I think that Hunter found a safety net in the kind of, the invention of, God bless you.
She raised her hand.
Well done. Or Gesundheit, whichever you prefer. You know. I think that Hunter found a safety net in creating that Raoul Duke character, if you will. You know, the idea that of putting himself into the story. You know, after he'd been, you know, beaten and mauled by the Hells Angels. Where else was he going to go? You know, he found a kind of safety net in this untouchable being, which became Hunter, you know. So I would say, yeah, go outside, stay inside, but go outside, and then drop it back in as Hunter did, you know.
I appreciate it.
Bless your heart. Thank you, Don.
We coming to the right?
Hello, Mr. Depp. My name is Judy Serrano, and I'm a reporter with the Daily Texan. That's the student newspaper here on campus. And I've been trying to talk to you for 3 days, but everyone else has told me no. So I
Well,
would really
here's your chance. Do it.
I know.
I've been
but I would
trying to
really
talk to myself for 3 days, and it hasn't worked at all.
Yeah, I would love 5 minutes after if you could spare a few, but if not, I'm just going to take my chance right now. Just relating to the movie, there's been a lot of criticism on journalism in the last few years and accusations that that journalism is biased. Do you think that journalism has lost its way since Hunter Thompson's time, and what do you think needs to be done about it?
Yeah, he was so unbiased.
Yeah. No, I think the problem is now it's become big business, essentially. You know, I mean, it's really on par with, you know, all the sort of things that you know, all the kids at, you know, Wall Street, you know, go on the bridge or Occupy Wall Street or Occupy whatever. I think it's become big business. I think it's become some semblance of a, you know, like a product, and it's not really about selling the truth or telling the truth. It's really more about inventing something that the people want to, you know, buy, or what can we shove down their throats that they'll buy. So no, I think journalism is in a bad state right now, and I think Hunter would agree.